We are back. We are back. Hey, okay. So, we have now reached day 3 of 14 days with you. And again, if you haven't watched day 1 or day 2, I suggest that you go watch that first so you know what's going on. But for my day 3ers, for the ones that have been, coming along on this journey with Ren with me, you guys already know I'm waking up in Ren's apartment. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. All right, because I'm ready. Okay, it says, oh, also, by the way, before I get started, make sure y'all grab y'all water, grab y'all tea, get some snacks, get cozy, okay? And let's get ready for the story. It says, the unusual sounds of city life and traffic pull me away from my slumber, and I wake to the sight of an unfamiliar ceiling. Oh, girl, really? Wow. Because, see, he offered to let me sleep over, and then I was gonna sleep over, right? But then he didn't give me the chance. It literally said sleep or sleepover. Like it just I was stuck regardless. Alright. Anyway. This wasn't my bedroom, and this certainly wasn't my bed. Last I checked, my duvets were a patterned purple, a housewarming gift from Violet when I first moved into my apartment, not this dark shade of black. Confused, I rubbed the sleep from my eyes in order to fully take in the rest of the room. And just like that, memories from yesterday came flooding back. Oh, right. Ren offered to let me stay the night due to the freak storm that swept over Corlin Bay. It was sweet of him to do, and it had me wondering where he was right now. Oh, and also, if you watched day 2, I made a joke about us sleeping in the same bed together, and he turned me down. So now I'm kind of offended. Was he still fast asleep, or perhaps was he already awake? Deciding there's no time like the present to find out, I stretch out the knots in my body, wake myself up fully, and jump out of bed. Alright, as soon as I walk out into the hallway, the mouth-watering scent of something sweet and sugary greets me, and it almost has my feet floating towards the kitchen. Oh, so my man's a chef! Ooh! Curiosity, or perhaps hunger, takes over my body, and before I know it, I find myself navigating through the maze of Ren's stupidly large apartment. Speaking of the devil, there, Ren stands in the kitchen, hunched over the stove with a spatula in one hand and what looks to be a recipe pulled up on his phone in the other. He doesn't seem to notice my presence yet, so I take the opportunity to study him a bit more. I want him to give me a new pose. I said that in the last video, like I want him to give me something different, not this. And although I could only see most of his backside and side profile, I could easily make out the concentrated look on his face as his gaze flits, back and forth between his phone and the pan. Y'all, what if he making me pancakes? Just like Jim. Just like Jim. But just when I think he's about to turn around, Ren lets out a surprised noise and immediately lifts the pan from the stove. Jeez. Sniffing the air, the smell of something burning invades my nostrils and has me retreating back into the living space for some fresh air. What? Whenever you are playing a visual novel, I promise y'all, the man is always going to make you pancakes. Remember that. Wow, did Ren really manage to burn a pancake? Or maybe he just wasn't that confident in cooking. Regardless, seeing him put so much effort into something so trivial did manage to pull at my heartstrings. She be falling for anything. Deciding I've had my fill of watching Ren, I finally make myself known. Okay, so again, he didn't let me sleep in the same bed with him, so now I kind of don't want to give him a hug from behind. I could try to scare him, but the fire has already scared him enough. Call out his name, don't say anything. Yeah. I'm gonna do it anyway. Quietly tiptoeing behind the taller man, I wait for the perfect opportunity to strike before wrapping my arms around his waist and resting my head on his broad backside. Angel? I didn't hear you. Despite his fluttered outburst, Ren doesn't seem to move from my hold. In fact, he almost seems to melt and lean into my touch instead. Almost as if to confirm my thoughts, I feel him wrap one of his arms around my waist to pull me in for a brief hug. Good morning, Angel. I was gonna surprise you with breakfast in bed. Sorry, did I take too long? It was like I flicked an invisible switch because all of a sudden, Ren was back to the usual timid personality that I'd grown to know. Aw, you didn't have to go through all that trouble for me. Girl, don't say that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Breakfast in bed, bare minimum. Bare minimum. It's fine. I wanted to, really. Here. Without giving me a second to spare, Ren conjures up a plate full of thick, fluffy pancakes from somewhere behind him, alongside a few toppings as well. I didn't manage to burn these ones, at least. Eat as much as you like. I'll have this one. Oh, he's gonna eat the burnt pancake. Wow. He gestures to the burnt pancake still stuck on the frying pan. No amount of washing and scrubbing will restore that pan to its former glory. Golly, how much he burn it? Giving Ren a pitiful look, I deposit a few fluffy pancakes onto my own plate, before offering the rest to him as well. Ren, you've made enough to feed an army. Why don't we share? It's okay. I made them all for you, exactly how you like them. And I promise you, my little yapper over here is just gonna go, no, how did he know? And then she's just gonna keep going. Oh, and how do you know how I like my pancakes? Deciding to tease, because she thinks it's funny. She thinks this shit funny at this point. Deciding to tease him a little, I throw the lighthearted accusation into the air and hope that he'll catch it. Huh? Oh, I don't. I suppose, don't people normally enjoy pancakes this way? I thought maybe... There he goes again, getting flustered beyond belief, while his cheeks flush a deep shade of red. It was really adorable. Relax, I'm only teasing you. These pancakes are delicious, by the way. Oh, you were just joking. Okay. His mood immediately seems to perk up once he hears my compliment. You like them? Really? You're not lying then. Then I'll make them for you again sometime. Only if you want, that is. No problem at all. I really don't mind. How about you just focus on eating first? Aren't you hungry? He needs to eat something. I snacked on a few pancakes while cooking them. Don't worry about me. You just eat. Why won't you eat your pancakes? He lying. Why won't he eat his pancakes? I'm about to be poisoned, y'all. Do you want some different toppings? I'm sure I've got more strawberries in the fridge. Something inside me told me that Ren was lying about eating already, but I didn't feel like calling him out on it. Exactly. He ain't eat his food. I'm good for now, but thank you, really. Seemingly satisfied with my response, or lack thereof, Ren lets out a pleased hum and instead moves away to busy himself with washing the dishes. My gaze follows him and there we go. I knew it was coming. Absent-mindedly. Come on, class, say it with me. Absent-mindedly. Catch a glimpse at the clock on one of the shelves. 8 o'clock on the dot. Wait a second. 8 o'clock? I was going to be late for work. As if picking up on my panicked behavior, Ren halts his movements and sends me a curious glance. Crap, I'm going to be late for work again if I don't leave now. I still need to walk home and get changed and... Hey, it's okay, Angel. Calm down. Look, your clothes from yesterday are washed and dry. Why don't you change to them, and when you're ready, I can drop you off at work. Oh, he got a car! Because you know what? Now that I think about it, over the last 2 days, everybody been walking. Ren, there I go again, relying on this enigma of a man and taking up too much of his kind hospitality. I was already overstaying my welcome by using his dryer and sleeping in his spare bed, but now here I was eating his food and being exactly 5 minutes away from getting a lift in his car, and she acts like this is so much. He's not even doing that much. He really should be the one being called Angel instead of me. Thank you so much. I owe you my entire life. I thought I was dramatic. Another date with you will do just fine. Oh, okay. His soft smile is the last thing I see before I head back to the guest bedroom to change. But before I can make it 3 feet away, Ren's voice calls out to me once more. Oh, but I should warn you, I don't exactly drive a car. What does that mean? What do you drive? Oh my God, what does the man drive? Oh! Turns out Ren didn't actually own a car like I expected. He owned a dang sports motorcycle. Feeling a little Prince vibe here. I love Prince. Get on the back. Let's go. All black, sleek, and scary. But what surprised me the most were the faded "Always With You" sticker decals that adorned the tank. Oh. Always With You. Prince's song "Take Me With You" is the song that plays in Purple Rain when him and Apollonia are on the bike. But we're not here for that right now. Okay. So Ren was a fan of that webcomic as well? I always assumed the community was rather small. There wasn't much talk about the webcomic online, so it was nice to know someone else enjoyed it as much as I did. But just as I was about to bring the topic up, my vision goes dark as Ren places a helmet over my head with a smile. He fastens and adjusts the strap before motioning towards the back of his bike with an expectant look. Admittedly, I was a bit hesitant to hop on that thing. Girl, stop playing. Get on it. But Ren assured me that he'd tell me what to do and keep me safe the entire time. Ooh, that scared me. That was loud. Daunting couldn't even begin to describe how I felt when the engine turned on, and I was certain Ren had scratch marks with how tightly I was clinging to him, but I somehow came out of it unscathed. I even managed to bag myself a nice warm hoodie that smelled like Ren, even if its only purpose was to protect me from the wind and flying debris. And watch it be that freaking slasher hoodie that Violet told me about in day one. Watch. And when we parted in front of the library with a friendly goodbye, Ren waited until I was inside the building before taking off. Y'all, we was together for like 2 days at this point. But I barely make it in 3 feet inside before a mess of blonde hair. Hold on. Before a mess of blonde hair enters my field of view and almost knocked me over. Y'all, it's my girl. She's alive. Eleanor. Girl, I was worried sick about you. I've been talking about you for the last 2 days. Angel, there you are. Quick, I need your help. Eleanor's anxious demeanor catches me off guard, and I immediately do a sweep of the library for anything out of place. But I'm hardly given any time to take in my surroundings before Eleanor reaches for my arm and all but drags me behind the reception counter and towards a mountain of paperwork. Stacks upon stacks of books, files, newspapers, and manila folders cover the entire expanse of the desk, and for the briefest moment, it almost resembled a messy archive repository rather than her workstation. What's all of this? This was supposed to be sorted out yesterday. I swear I did it already. In fact, I know I did. I remember leaving it all in Conan's office before I left work yesterday. So can you imagine my surprise when I saw it back on my desk this morning? Eleanor seems genuinely concerned, especially with how she's flitting. This is my second time reading that word. Pacing back and forth in front of me. It was almost like she'd seen a ghost, and if I didn't know any better, I honestly would have believed it. Please help me. If Conan finds out I somehow messed up again, I don't know what will happen. Hey, hey, don't worry, Elle. I'll help. Girl, I'm just glad you alive. Oh, girl, I will help you do anything. I'm just so glad you're alive. Oh my God. And I doubt Conan will get mad. You know how he is. I suppose you're right. Her shoulders seem visibly relaxed at my words, and she slumps into her chair with a heavy sigh. Thank you so much, Angel. Do you think you can manage the stack of books? I'll handle all the files. Without missing a beat, lest our boss magically appears somewhere behind us, we immediately get to work. She's alive. Ooh. Time flies by quickly when I have my chatty coworker to keep me company. She fills me in on how the freak storm caught everyone off guard and how some of the patrons shared the same idea of seeking refuge in the library as well. Apparently, Eleanor was the only one around to keep an eye on things, and from the sounds of it, she seemed to take on the leadership role like a pro. That's my girl. Still, discussing her whereabouts had me thinking. That reminds me, where did you go the other day? The other day? What do you mean? You remember Ren, the pink-haired guy? Oh, lover boy. Yeah, him. After we had that conversation with Ren, I never saw you afterwards. Oh, let me think. I watch as she inclines her head to the side to think, and all too quickly she snaps her fingers and gives me an affirmative nod. Oh, that's right. Well, this is a bit embarrassing, but I ended up going home early. Why? Why did you end up going home early, Eleanor? We were all worried about you, Eleanor. I kept talking about you, Eleanor. I must have accidentally bumped into something while cleaning in the stock room the other day, and before I knew it, one of the shelves came tumbling down on me. Okay. It wasn't until a little while later when Conan found me and pulled me out. Oh my God, he tried to kill her. Y'all, Ren tried to kill her. Oh my God, we would have lost her. You knocked over an entire shelf? Miss Creston? Knowing I was only teasing, Eleanor sends me a sheepish smile and bows her head to hide her reddening cheeks. But now that I think about it, the shelves in the stockroom had always seemed relatively stable to me. My coworker wasn't known for her strength, so it didn't make much sense for it to topple over that easily. But thankfully, Eleanor elaborates more, almost as if she could hear the gears in my head working overtime. Well, I suppose it was a tad bit odd. I mean, I've worked in this library for more than 5 years now, and not once have I heard of so much as a creak from those shelves. It does seem strange, yeah. Well, I have no doubt Conan will be installing new storage shelves soon. Oh, speaking of, did you notice the new awnings outside the library? I suppose that sudden storm from yesterday had something to do with it. In fact, oh, maybe you heard about it heard it on the news anyway? Already? I heard that all the rain. Our conversation gets cut short as I watch Eleanor's attention drift behind me and towards the flashing red light above one of the shelves. Duty calls, I guess. It's a lot of people in this library. Like, as soon as she stands, I shoot her an appreciative smile, which she returns with an apologetic one of her own, and meanders her way towards the aisle. Now, left to my own devices, I go back to sorting through the books and putting them into separate piles. I managed to get a solid 10 minutes to myself before the sudden sense of unease creeps up on me. It felt as though someone was watching me, so I take a curious sweep across the vicinity to try to locate the source. Okay, never mind. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary. People were studying, others were quietly typing away at computers, and I could even spot the back of Eleanor's head from her spot near the fantasy fiction aisle. Nothing was out of place, yet. That unnerving feeling of having eyes on the back of my head still lingered. In fact, now that I thought about it, it was eerily similar to the feeling I got when I was walking home a few days ago. Violet's words about someone breaking into my apartment echo in my mind before it all suddenly dawns upon me. Did she finally put two and two together? The supposed person watching me. Could it somehow be linked? Oh, our gears are moving. Finally. No. Definitely not. Our gears have stopped moving. It's just not gonna work anymore, y'all. Sorry. Shaking my head, I try to dismiss those unsettling thoughts before they start to develop into something more sinister. There was no one watching me. After all, there was hardly anything impressive about me to warrant a stalker in the first place. Like, what is happening? I don't... What? Keep going. I was as plain as they come, and if some loser really did break into my house, they left empty-handed. That alone clearly proved that I don't own anything worth stealing, except maybe my limited edition Attack on Giant figurines. But even then, I remember thoroughly inspecting my entire apartment once I got home. Nothing was out of place, nor looked like it had been touched. Everything was as I left it that morning. Yet it still didn't explain why I was feeling this way. Fear and apprehension seemed to overwhelm my senses so much that my mind barely registers the sound of something rustling. And I looked down to see that I had been worrying the papers in my hands for the past few minutes. Have I been stressing out that badly? Geez, I really was letting all this paranoia get the best of me. Shaking my head once more, I decided it's best to not let those thoughts fester and grow into something far bigger than it should be. No one broke into my apartment, and no one was... Oh, she's... Girl. What? And no one was watching me right now. I was making a mountain out of a molehill, and nothing was going to scare me. She has the survival instincts of a leaf. A leaf. Oh. Okay, Kiera. Hello. Oh, okay. Whoa. Instead of some creepy stalker dressed in all black, I was met with blonde hair and expensive-looking clothing. Was this the person I felt watching me? It was difficult to make out her words over the loud, rapid sounds of my heartbeat, so I tried my best to calm down before responding. Sorry, I didn't notice you come in. Welcome to Corlin Bay Library. Can I help you with anything? I hope I sounded professional enough, though I'm sure there was still a lingering sense of fear in my words and a facial expression to match. But it starts to dissipate as I take in the woman's appearance. Her green eyes seem oddly familiar to me, but what gives it all away is how the woman slightly inclines her head to the side as she looks over me. Oh! Is she related to Eleanor? She could be. Surely not. Was that... I don't suppose... Are you Kiera? Eleanor's told me all about you. So, Angel, you see how I put two and two together very quickly? I think we should start. I think we should team up and start. In the flesh, I'm actually here to visit my darling sister, would you believe? But now you've piqued my interest. She shoots me a harmless wink and rests her hands atop the reception counter. Wow. Even the clanging of her jewelry sounds expensive, and I can't help but look at her in awe. Tell me, what else has Nori said about me? Okay, so Eleanor must be your little sister. She wants her jacket back. She finds you annoying. That's rude. She doesn't seem annoying. Ooh, I could tease and say she really, really admires you. Because then she could be like, oh God, it's Kiera. Yeah, let's do this one. Oh, really? did she say that? It would have been nice to hear it coming from her. Ah, well, I'm sure you're aware of how shy little Nori can be sometimes. Angel. As if summoning Eleanor herself, she emerges from somewhere behind me and joins us at the front desk. Kiara, what are you doing here? There she is. What? Am I not allowed to see my little sis? I'm at work right now. You could have texted me in advance. But I wanted to surprise you, and look, I come bearing gifts. At that, Kiara places down a few bags branded with high-end prints and designer logos. Oh, sis, leave me a gift. Where's my gift? Sorry, darling. If I knew I'd be meeting you here, I would have brought extra. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that. Next time you come, though, bring that extra. But I'm sure there's something for you in one of the bags as well. Pick whatever Eleanor doesn't want. I genuinely wished I could be rich enough to say something like that. The sisters seem fully engrossed in each other's presence, so I leave them alone so they can have their moment to catch up. After all, I didn't know how long it'd been since Eleanor and Kiara had seen each other, and the mountain of work in front of me wasn't going to sort itself out in the meantime. But before I can silently slip away and sit back down, a tattooed arm boxes me in and commands my attention. It's Tio, isn't it? Oh my god. And for the second time today, the expensive smell of wealth and luxury floods my senses. Only this time I knew the person it belonged to. Oh my god. I don't like this man. I don't like him. Asshole number one. Dang, who are they? Seemingly out of nowhere, Tio appears with that familiar smirk on his face and an unbothered drawl in his tone. He's absolutely shameless without his eyes taking both of the sisters' appearances before leaning in more of his weight into his arm and shooting me an expectant look. Don't even think about it, Tio. Trust me, you don't want to know what I'm thinking about right now. Given how he leans even closer to my side with a sultry grin, I end up believing his words. After all, I wouldn't put it past Tio to think up multiple ways to cause a scene in his free time. Not jealous, are you? Why would you even... Whoa! Sisters! Whoa! Everybody just kind of files in. Whether or not it was my sudden outburst that captures their attention, Eleanor and Kiara finally seem to notice us, and I thank my lucky stars for a chance to escape this conversation. Perhaps I could sneak off into the employees' lounge while everyone was busy talking. I'm sure. You work here too? I've got a few things here that you could check out. Despite my disgust at Tio's blatant flirting, Eleanor seems to be eating it up with a slight blush on her cheeks. Oh, actually, I'm just visiting. I don't work here, but little Nori over here does. I'm sure she can help you out. Despite her friendly tone, Kiara seems to be passively shutting down Tio's attempt at flirting and redirecting it towards Eleanor instead. Kiara's like, no. Good girl. Because for real, he's a hot mess. Yet, Tio doesn't seem to be picking up on it, instead choosing to lean a little more against the counter so that his muscles flex under his form-fitted shirt and crosses his ankles. You're not from around here, are you? I'd remember a face like yours. Name's Theodore, by the way, but cuties like you can call me Tio. Charming. I'm Kiara. And no, I'm only in town for a few weeks. I'm visiting some relatives and finding some inspiration before I head back home. Inspiration, huh? I could show you around. Well, aren't you fun? But what about my baby sister? But I'm older than... Eleanor's the older sister? Eleanor's the older sister? I guess. Okay. Kiara was definitely giving older vibes. Okay. on, live a little, Nori. You always tell me how you're holed up at work all the time. But you know what? I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. Okay. I suppose, but looks like you're in need of a bit of fun. I can help with that. Have either of you been to the aquarium yet? It opened recently. Not yet, but I'll have to give your offer a pass, I'm afraid. Aquarium's not your style? You're not my style. Ooh, she's good. Ouch. Despite the low blow to his ego, Teal didn't look the least bit offended. In fact, he seemed to thrive off of it. As if... That's so loud. But as if fate felt the urge to intervene, Kiera's phone suddenly goes off and startles everyone. Girl, it startled me. Sorry, give me a sec. I need to take this call. She slips away before any of us can have the chance to respond, and without missing a beat, Teal immediately takes her previous spot, besides Eleanor. And what about you? Me? I don't see anyone else around, princess. I like aquariums. I don't like Tio, but I do like aquariums. Oh, well, I mean, I think it'd be fun, but I suppose it would be a bit awkward if it's just you and me. I'm third wheeling? You heard her, doll. As if finally acknowledging my presence, Tio turns to me with an expecting look on his face. Why don't you tag along? I'll even see if Leon wants to join the fun. It'll be like a double date. My Ren senses are tingling. At that, Eleanor visibly seems to relax a little bit. I spare a quick glance in her direction and I can pick up on the barest hint of hope in her eyes. Wait, she wanted to go on a date with Tio? Cause she don't know. She don't know. I don't know, Elle. Aw, what? Got better things to do? Look, I'll pay for everything. I can even pick you up as well if you want. Sound good? Not that I'd ever openly admit it to Tio, but his offer was finally starting to sound tempting. I mean, free food and a free outing? Okay. It was too good to refuse. However... No, for real, only if Leon's there, because I'm not trying to be a third wheel, because clearly Eleanor's digging you, and I'm not about to just sit there and be like, okay. Cool. Tio seems to roll his eyes at that, clearly used to me bringing up my childhood friend all the time. Atta girl, I knew you weren't going to chicken out on us. I'm so sick of this man. He's only had like maybe 10 lines and I am sick of him. Then it's settled. Leon and I will meet you both here tomorrow after work. What time do you finish? About... there you are, Angel. I didn't realize you were busy. Finally, it was as if someone had heard my prayers this time. Conan emerges from somewhere behind me. What was up with that today? And offers me an escape from the current conversation. And without missing a beat, I turn towards my savior and spare him a thankful glance. I make sure to silently apologize to Eleanor as well, clearly uneasy with the thought of leaving her alone with Tio. But she seems all too happy with how she suddenly shoos me away with the hand behind her back. She got this. Older sister vibes. You got it. Sure, I can slip away for a moment. Did you need something? Just an extra pair of hands to sort through some boxes. But if you're busy, I'll manage it myself. It's fine. I could use a breather. Okay, so perhaps I didn't need to announce that so joyfully. With warm cheeks, I turn back towards Eleanor and Tio and send them one final apologetic look before following after Conan. I'm saved! But am I still going on a double date or not? Apologies for this. I didn't mean to steal you from your friends. We're literally on the clock, actually. Like, I probably shouldn't have been having such a long conversation. Boss, you're fine. This happened to be sorting through all the books a coworker managed to knock over this morning and making sure they are all in the correct category before putting them back into the cart. It felt eerily similar to what I had been previously doing with Eleanor, only this time there weren't any teal-shaped annoyances to keep me company. But man, I swear, Conan had to be the only boss who'd be perfectly fine with their employees slacking off to talk with their friends instead. That's what I'm saying, like, He hadn't said a word about Tio, and possibly Kiera too, depending on how long he'd seen us or he'd been standing behind me, and seemed more okay with us huddling around the reception desk. Deciding not to push my luck, I returned Conan's soft look with one of my own. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I've been meaning to ask you something, actually. Has everything been going all right with you? Yeah. Nothing shady has been happening lately. So y'all remember y'all remember day one when I said, what if someone else was stalking me, and then Ren saw that someone else was stalking me, and then he became like consumed with protecting me, and then you guys like shut me down? I just think that's a weird question to ask. Just saying. What do you mean? You haven't heard the news? There's been a few murders happening in the Bay Area recently. Admittedly, I've been worried about your safety as of late. You live by yourself, correct? Yeah, but I've recently had a friend stay with me. Now that I think about it, he's also been concerned for my safety. And that's good. I'm glad. Listen, if something ever happens... Conan awkwardly glances over his shoulder before returning his gaze back to me. Nothing but sincerity stares back, and I find myself in a stunned silence. Here, it's my personal number. Huh? Huh? Boss moves. But due to the lack of clarification, I ended up sending him a confused look instead of thanking him. Yeah, because I'm confused too. Like, what? I know you've only recently moved back to Corlin Bay, but you've yet to put someone down as your emergency contact. Oh, I don't have any family. I'm worried that you won't have anyone to call in case something does happen. I want to make sure you're safe at all times. Oh, thank you, Conan. Of course. He gives my shoulder a gentle pat before resuming his original task. The conversation falls back into an easy, comfortable silence, and I pocket his number before pouring all of my focus towards the books laid out in front of me. Okay. Whoa, like, this is a lot. The rest of my shift passes by uneventfully, and at some point, Eleanor informs me that Kiera had to leave for a work-related matter and wouldn't be coming back for a few days. She even asked Eleanor to give me her number as well, alongside mentioning something about sharing more embarrassing stories about little Nori the next time we talk. Whatever that meant. So is she actually like... Okay, so she's really not the little sister. Imagine your little sister calling you little. Girl. Still, it was really nice to finally meet Eleanor's sister, and it was even kinder of her to give me a fountain pen before she left. Or... at least I assumed it was Kiera. I found the expensive-looking box sitting on my desk once I returned, and I wasted no time in opening it up and examining the contents. The pen itself appeared to be made from extremely high-quality materials, and the cursive A&R logo looked rather fancy underneath the light. I made a mental note to get something for Kiera as well before pocketing the pen next to Conan's number and packing up my belongings for the day. But as I'm slipping out of the library's back door, I notice a familiar broad backside, a patch of blonde hair, and a bright red patterned shirt standing near the alleyway's entrance. Oh, the date today? He said tomorrow. He said what time you get off tomorrow. Right? Yo, I swear he said what time are you getting off tomorrow. We all just wearing the same clothes. As if sensing my presence, Leon turns around and greets me with one of his familiar warm smiles. Ooh, I hate these nicknames. Good day, doll. Darl. Been a while. He sends me a toothy grin before making space with me, or for me within the group. Eleanor greets me with a delicate wave, and Tio looks moderately annoyed as usual. Oh my god, I can't wait till Ren kill him. I can't wait. Tio was just introducing me to Eleanor and yarning about this little outing he had planned. Hey, how come you never told me you've never been to the aquarium before? Makes sense though. I reckon it was built a bit after you left the bay, right? So I doubt you had time to check it out. Pretty much. Most of my free time has been taken up with moving and unpacking boxes. I couldn't help but find myself agreeing with his words. It was crazy how Leon seemed to know me so well. Oh, childhood friend. Even though we hadn't had the chance to speak to each other like this in a while. Because maybe this genuine connection, you and Ren, forced connection, but you didn't hear it from me. But I'm curious to see what it's like. What about you, Nori? I couldn't help but let Kiera's nickname for her slip. Oh, yes, I'm the same. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. It is tomorrow. I've never been to an aquarium before, so this should be fun. Well, here's hoping the weather will be more lenient tomorrow. It was pouring down buckets yesterday, wasn't it? Did you make it home all right, Sunfish? All of a sudden, the eerie feeling comes back, and I resist the urge to turn around and look behind me. I now, or only now, notice that I've had my back to the dark alleyway this entire time. Angel? But they're all looking at me, so they should be able to see behind me, right? Sorry, what was that? You alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. I watch as Leon looks behind me before glancing at Tio and Eleanor for what seems like reassurance. No, it's nothing. I guess I've had a long day at work. Nah, I get it. Feeling tired? You should head on home then. Please, don't let us keep you longer than we should. Want me to drop you off? Car's out front. As much as I appreciated everyone's concern, I honestly wanted to be left alone right now to clear my mind, and going on a walk would surely do me wonders. Besides, it was still somewhat bright out and there were people around, so I had no reason to worry about my non-existent stalker. She is such a nut! Oh my god, she's such a nut. I also heard that some new merchandise arrived at the local manga store, which I had been meaning to check out, so that would surely get my mind off of things. It was along my route home anyway. What harm could possibly come out of a quick detour? I need water. At that thought, I quickly placate everyone's concern. I hope that's placate, or is it placate? Placate. Yeah, everyone's concern, before bidding my goodbyes and heading off alone down the street. It wasn't until I got far enough away from the library that the eerie feeling started to dissipate. Because he's following you. Girl, that's what you feel. You feel Ren following you. The nostalgic smell of comic books and plastic greets me as I enter the all too familiar manga store, and I immediately beeline my way towards the anime aisle. Okay, what are we about to get? I was set on collecting the last remaining accessories for my mini Attack on Giants display, and I wasn't about to let my paranoia get in the way of that. But as I was passing through a few of the aisles, I noticed a familiar shade of pink near the cashier. Is that Ren? Ooh. He looks different. I like I like this much more. Okay. And he just got a new tattoo? What does that say? Alright. I didn't even notice his motorbike out front, if he even brought it. Up until now, I always assumed he walked everywhere. And even though he was wearing a mask and had his hair tied back, I could easily make out his large, lanky frame anywhere. Sneaking closer, I notice how he appears to be in a hushed conversation with the manager about something confidential, if their closest was anything to go by, before he places a thick manila envelope into her hands and leans back. Oh, I wonder what's inside. Was Ren trading in some old manga? Oh, what if it's Attack on Giants? Though, if it is AOG, I'm not really sure why he'd want to trade them in. With how popular the franchise is currently, there isn't much of a high demand. If anything, there's too much consumable media being produced right now. I like this new look, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like trying to read and like not stare at him while I'm trying to read. My goodness. Everywhere I go, all I see is Haruko, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And speaking of my beloved Haruko now, that I got a better look at Ren, is that the limited edition spring Haruko hoodie? I thought they weren't selling them anymore. But just as I'm about to make myself known to ask questions, Ren is already turning on his heel and slipping behind the large racks filled with cosplays and gaming themed apparel. Okay. His height does him no favors though, as I watch his head peek out from the top. Why is he so tall? While he bobs and weaves his way towards the side entrance. Okay. At that very moment, my phone decides to jump scare me by suddenly going off, and it startles me enough to temporarily forget about Ren, because it keeps jump scaring me. Letting out a string of curses, I reach into my back pocket and pull it out, only to see Moth. I forgot about Moth. Moth's name flashes on the screen. With a grin, I accept the video call and hold the phone up to my face. Oh, Moth. Hey, listen, now really isn't a good time to talk, but we finally get to see him. Oh, no, that's terrible. Get well soon, or sorry for your loss, or whatever. Anyway, listen. Guess who won an all-paid holiday trip overseas? Me, that's who. Moth. Alright, it had been a while since I'd seen Moth's face, but they appeared just as boisterous as I remembered them. And for free too. I mean, okay, yeah, I still have to pay for food and stuff, but hey, where are you? I'm in a manga store. Hold on. Can we backtrack for a second? You got free tickets to where? Is that a Haruko figurine? Can you get it for me? Please, 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 please. Moth. I'll pay you back. Promise. I'll pay for shipping. It's so cute. Look at his little outfit. Look. His tiny little jacket and tiny little shoes. In my mind, Haruko is there like Captain Levi. For me. With an eye roll, I reach behind me for the figurine, but not before picking up the accessories I originally came here for, and slowly make my way towards the cash register. Once Moth hoots and hollers calms down, I gently try to coax them back into the original topic. Oh, right, you asked where I'm going. Well, it's actually a surprise. Seriously? A good surprise, though. Hey, you're still in Courland. For a brief moment, their screen starts to lag, and a loading symbol pops up. Moth? I'll be in... That's okay with you? Oh, what if they're coming here? Okay, if Moth comes here, and then Moth can hang with me or stay at my apartment, like, that's cool. Their voice cuts in and out, almost giving a robotic effect before the screen eventually fades to black. Or did my phone die? With a heavy sigh, I end the call and shoot Moth a text to let them know that they got disconnected yet again. Do y'all see what I see? Say it with me. But as I absent-mindedly look out the window, I noticed the blurry outline of Ren's figure sitting on a bench outside, busying himself with what looked like a phone in his hands. Next! The cashier voice pulls me away from my thoughts and I quickly pay for my purchases, all while sparing not-so-secretive glances at Ren from beyond the shop window to make sure he's still there. It was strange, but I couldn't help but hope I'd get a chance to catch up with him on my way out. Right, because I want to be alone. I want to go walk home alone. I need to go clear my head. And then here go Ren, and she goes, cue that little, wow, like, come on now. I know it'd barely been more than a few hours since I last saw Ren, but I still wanted to thank him for letting me stay at his place for the night. And for washing my clothes, cooking me breakfast, and driving me to work. The cashier pulls my attention away by handing me a bag and a receipt, and I give them a thanks before making a beeline towards the exit. To Ren. Alright. But just as the door swings open, I notice that Ren had already left. No, I wanted to see him with that look. He was no longer on the bench where I last saw him, and I couldn't spot him on either end of the street either. It was like he was never there in the first place, and I almost find myself wondering if I had imagined the whole thing. It was a shame though. I really wanted to see him and his charming smile again. But Cortland Bay isn't that big of a coastal town in retrospect, so I'm sure we were bound to run into each other again sooner or later. Since you got his number, he'd definitely give you his number. I mean, I literally met Ren at my own workplace because we shared a few common interests in books. Or his just so happened to be about native flora. That kind of stuff wasn't something either of us could control, and I most likely looking too deep into it. Still, it felt strange all the same. Oh well, there was no use dwelling on, oh well, that's what she does. And this is why she pisses me off, y'all, because she'll be like, and then she's like, no, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not getting stalked. I was bound to run into Ren again at some point, regardless if I had a way to contact him or not. Back to my little grummy dummy apartment. Alright. It was beginning to get dark once I arrived back at my apartment complex, so I quickly ushered my way up the staircase and onto my floor. But as I'm making the long trek up the stairs, I bump into someone lingering around the corner and almost end up tumbling down. Hold up. Whoa. Hey, watch it. Glancing up, I noticed it's the cashier from yesterday who was glaring daggers at me while I was steadying myself on the railing. That was Olivia, wasn't it? She makes no effort to help me, though she does move to the side in order to give me space at the top of the stairs. It's then when I take a notice of the giant basket of laundry in her arms, and it makes me wonder if she was actually going to carry it all the way to the laundromat by herself. Ugh, she lives in the same complex as me. She lives in the same complex as me. And that's why yesterday, she said to Ren, you look familiar, actually. I feel like I've seen you before. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's why he was all like, no, you haven't seen me. Got you. Clearly, she was stronger than she looked. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Olivia cuts herself off once the severity of the situation finally sinks in, before she sucks in her cheek and lets out an exasperated chuckle. Seriously? What could she possibly find so funny about the situation? Because I'm about to beat her ass. Of all places, a staircase? Really? Your boyfriend sure has a messed up sense of humor. What? Yeah, what? No, it's nothing. Look, I didn't mean to knock you down the staircase like that. I've got a lot on my mind lately, and I wasn't looking where I was going. Hey, it happens. It most certainly didn't. But Olivia seemed to be having a rough day, so I wasn't going to make things worse by being rude to her. Why not? She over here laughed in your face. Oh my god. Oh my god. She already looked on edge for some reason, especially with how she kept sneaking glances over both of our shoulders. I'm confused. Why did she say your boyfriend has a weird sense of humor? What does that mean? It was almost like she was looking for something, and I would have asked her about it if she didn't beat me to it. So... Whoa. Alright. She gotta go. So, where's that boyfriend of yours anyway? Not lurking around the corner like a creepy psychopath, is he? Who? Seriously? Your boyfriend, the guy you visited the souvenir shop with the other day? Oh, Ren, he's not my boyfriend. We're just... Actually, he is my boyfriend. Yeah. Great. No need to rub it in my face. And why are you so indecisive? Either he's your boyfriend or he's not. You know what? I'm not even sure why I'm having this conversation with you. Forget it. I'm in a rush. So please move. I'm gonna... Go ahead, sis. Walk down the stairs. Give her a nice little nudge. Clearly done with the conversation, Olivia sidesteps me and starts to make her way down the stairwell. But she only manages to get a few feet away before she turns around once more. Resting her laundry basket on a hip, she looks up at me with an unreadable look. You live on this floor as well? Then it looks like we're going to be seeing each other more often. But just some neighborly advice. If you plan on bringing Ren around, keep it down. I'm not afraid to file a noise complaint. Why? Like, okay. And with that, she disappears around the corner. What was that all about? Deciding it wasn't worth my time to mull it all over, I slowly make my way towards my apartment. Oh, we back home. It's been a long day. Golly, it's been a long day. Not bothering to turn on the light, I toss my keys into the tray, shrug off my jacket, and unceremoniously drop myself onto the couch. Today had been a whirlwind of events and emotions, and the worst part was that it still hadn't ended yet. Girl, we can make it end right now. I still had an hour or so left before I consider any dinner plans, so I figured I might as well spend the evening winding down in the meantime. Oof. All too quickly, an idea pops into my head. I reach over to grab my phone. Call Moth back, actually. I kind of want to say don't invite someone over because she sat there and said that she was tired. So, sis, either you're tired or you're not. And who is the someone? I'm not inviting Violet over. I'm not inviting Leon over. But like, okay, this is my thing though. She sat there talking to her friends and then was like, oh, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go home and rest and blah, blah, blah. And now all of a sudden she's like, maybe I should invite someone over. Girl, what do you want? I kind of want to say don't. Because we finna see everybody tomorrow. Don't, because she was talking all that. Exactly. That's what you just said. Okay. 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 Maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all. I mean, I've already spent the entire day talking to my friends, so perhaps it would be best to simply spend time with myself instead. Please. After all, I definitely deserved it. So much has been going on lately, and I could use a distraction to keep my mind off of things. And so, I decided to make myself an early dinner before settling into the comfort of my bed and catching up on some webcomics. That sounds like a good night to me. Once I had nothing else left to do for the night, I get changed into some comfy pajamas and brush my teeth before settling into bed. The newest chapter for Always With You was going to drop in a few hours, and I figured I might as well stay up and read it before going to sleep. But my eyes were starting to get droopy, and all my mind could think about was the double date I had planned with Leon, Tio, and Eleanor tomorrow. Man, I sure hope everything will be fine. But, worrying about it wasn't going to do me any favors because, worrying about anything doesn't do her any favors. She don't care about nothing. So I let my pent-up stress out on my pillow by smacking it to make it less lumpy. Ugh. Though the moment I unceremoniously flopped back down, I noticed the cold draft and the fact that my bedroom window was left wide open. I wonder how she's gonna just play this off. I wonder what she's gonna say. Strange. I don't remember opening it earlier because you weren't home. With a groan, I get up from my bed and go to close it. But once I lock it shut, something moves from within the shadows and it startles me. Squinting, I can barely make out the black mass moving through the gaps with the fire escape balcony. What was that? A person? It certainly wouldn't be strange for a person or for someone to take a cigarette break at this hour, but I couldn't smell any telltale signs of smoke. Maybe it was my landlord's cat out for a leisurely midnight stroll. That idea seemed more realistic in my mind. Yep. Okay, sis. Okay. Yet, despite my futile attempts at calming myself down, I still somehow find the willpower to go back to bed, rather than opening the window once more and taking another curious peek outside because I don't give a fuck. I didn't have a death wish, nor did I have the stupidity of those cliche horror film characters. You sure about that? You sure about that? But before I turn away, I double check to make sure that the window is locked shut and the blinds are fully closed. I wasn't about to risk it. Happy with the precautions put in place, I make a hasty dive towards the warmth and safety of my bed. Snuggled deep within my blankets, I find it harder and harder to think about someone breaking in. And even more so with keeping my eyes open. Before I knew it, pink-colored sheep slowly filled my mind as I drifted away. And there we have it, folks. That is day 3 of 14 Days with You. And I think Angel, like I said, Angel has the instincts, like the survival instincts of a leaf. I don't know what to do for my girl. I just know, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Let me go ahead and save this. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was day 3. Angel stresses me the fuck out. I don't even know. She's gonna get us into some like really deep shit because she just don't care. Like she be trying to put 2 and 2 together. She be like getting those intuitive thoughts and then she be like, whatever. And that blows me. But anyway, if you are interested and you would like to see me do day 4 and 5, go ahead, leave a comment, like, subscribe, okay? This game is very frustrating to me, but I am really enjoying it. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!